Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. As today we're going to be talking about the offer sheets that were sent out to both Phillip Broberg and Dylan Holloway by the St. Louis Blues, as I was going to say bros. But what up, bros? Hope you guys are all having a great day so far, as I'm not very excited to talk about this today. It feels like we've just been having a bear of bad news here in August here for the Edmonton Oilers, as Stan Bowman was hired as the GM, and in the Blues sending an offer sheet to both Broberg and Holloway. Broberg getting $4.5 million, and Dylan Holloway getting $2.2 million for 2 years, both of them getting 2-year deals. Both agreed to terms with the St. Louis Blues. The Edmonton Oilers have not matched it yet or have let the Blues take him yet from what I've seen so far. It is August 13th, so it's only been 4 days in. We got up until the 20th of Tuesday to kind of make a decision on what we're going to have to do. And I think we're not really going to see anything until Monday, to be completely honest, which of course it's going to be the day I'm going to be at work and all this shit's just going to be kind of going down, which is kind of unfortunate for me because, you know, I only make videos during the weekend. So whenever something happens on like a Tuesday, it's like, oh, now I got to wait until like Saturday to be able to record a video, especially since I was at a wedding for most of this weekend, or for, I guess, a little bit of the start of this week, or near the end of it. Thursday and Friday, I was doing some stuff for a wedding. But let's get into the video. But before I do, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. It'll be very much appreciated there, guys. So, well, let's jump over to this main screen. I forgot to put my webcam on it, so let me go do that right quick. There we go. That's a lot better. My little beautiful face in there. Let's get to talking about all the moves that happened here for the Edmonton Oilers and talk about what's going to exactly happen and what I think is going to happen here with the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I think this was kind of a big problem with Ken Holland. The big brass, from what I was hearing rumors-wise, is that they should have got Broberg and Holloway to deals during the regular season. Apparently, Broberg was only asking for $1.4 million, which is a lot less than 4.5, and Dylan Holloway, same with him. Now, what do I think? Should we keep both of these guys? I was kind of on the fence of like, oh, we shouldn't keep Broberg. He wasn't that great. You know, he hasn't been that good over the past little bit. But you take a look at here, Jay Fresh posted his analytics on them, and Broberg had a pretty good ending to the season. He only played a few games, so it's only a few games of analytics, right? Like, that's the problem. You can't go off a whole lot, and his PDO is quite high. It was a 109 during the playoffs, which is quite impressive as well. Dylan Holloway had a great season. He's been playing better and better each and every season, had some great defensive analytics. I think both of them we need to absolutely keep. And I think that's what's going to happen here for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, right now, with those guys included on the roster, we are $7.2 million deep into our projected cap space. So we are pretty low on our cap space right now. We don't have a whole lot of cap space, but from rumors saying that Evander Kane will be going on LTIR. Which he goes on LTIR, that lowers our cap by $5.25 million. So we'll have about an extra, like, we'll have $2 million that we'll need to make space for. Now, what I've heard is that Kulak and CC are on the block, the both of them. Both Kulak and CC are both on the block, which I think is your best bet. You really don't want to lose Kulak. I think Kulak's been a pretty good, little bit of a defenseman. He's a good two-way guy, a good top six guy, but it's just not super strong on the puck. And CC has just been absolutely atrocious for the Edmonton Oilers over the last little bit. I think if he was actually a good defensive defenseman, I wouldn't mind Cody Ceci, but he just doesn't play very well on that back end and is a guy that we probably need to get rid of. I think Broberg does have an upside of being a very good defenseman. Just have we seen it? No, not really. He showed a lot of great glimpses this year that do excite me. Just that $4.5 million is quite steep for a team that is trying to make a push for the Stanley Cup this year, which is exactly why we should have gotten these guys to deals a lot longer ago. We should have signed Broberg and Dylan Holloway to deals a lot long ago. We should have signed them during the regular season when we had a chance, before we signed everyone else to these big contracts like Henrique and Skinner and Arvidsson. We should have just gotten these guys to a deal and then maybe dumped off Kulak or CC at the deadline is really what we should have truly done. Now, there's been apparently a lot of people after Cody Ceci from what I've heard from rumors. I don't know very much about Kulak. I haven't really heard too much about him, but I've been hearing a lot of Cody Ceci. But I think what the thing is, if you have Evander Kane go on the block or Evander King going on LTIR, and you have CC being traded, we'll have enough space to both fit Broberg and Holloway and not have to trade away Kulak. Now, that does leave open a spot in our defense core because you're really not going to really want to play Stetcher or Brown. I think you're, unless they believe in Brown being a good, solid defensive defenseman. I truly don't. I don't think it's a very good idea. Now, there's not very many defensemen that are available. You got Justin Schultz, you got Kevin Shattenkirk, I think you got Kalen Assen, but he's an RFA, and you got Tyson Barrie, who's also played for the Edmonton Oilers. Justin Schultz, pretty good offensive defenseman, same as Shattenkirk. He's played pretty well defensively over the last little bit. I think if you were to bring in a guy for the Edmonton Oilers next year, it would be Kevin Shattenkirk. The problem is he's American. I don't think he really wants to go to an American team, just from what his career has shown, right? Boston, Anaheim, Tampa Bay, New York, St. Louis. He's the type of player that you're really not going to see him ever go to a Canadian team, I believe, unless he feels like he could win a cup here with the Edmonton Oilers. I think realistically, I think you might see a Justin Schultz, but I think honestly, we're going to probably see Tyson Barrie come back to the Edmonton Oilers, which, in my opinion, does not excite me at all to see Tyson Barrie back as an Edmonton Oiler. Now, if you do play him alongside of a Brett Kulak, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's just, if we're going to be playing him like top fucking 6 minute or like top 4, top 2 minutes like we were before, it's not the greatest idea. And especially if we could get Broberg to play like a very honestly good defensive game, that could help us tremendously if we were to bring back Broberg, which I think we should. I think he's a guy that we absolutely need to keep. I think especially to kind of help this defensive core grow, right? You're not going to have Matthias Ekholm forever. And Darnell Nurse, with that atrocious contract, you're not going to be able to bring in any crazy top 2 defensemen, right? Like, you're really going to have to look at the bargain barrel all of the time. And there's not a lot of guys out there that are going to be amazing defensively like a Matthias Ekholm, right? If you could get Broberg to turn into an Ekholm, that could be amazing here for the Edmonton Oilers. And to be honest with you, I don't really want the St. Louis Blues to take these guys away from us. They're a guy that, you know, is in our Western Conference. They are kind of an enemy to us, you know, and now they even make themselves more of an enemy, right? Dylan Holloway would be a huge pickup for the St. Louis Blues. Would be a massive pickup. Honestly, would be an amazing, and Broberg would be an amazing pickup for the St. Louis Blues defensive core. They don't have a lot of great young defensemen for their future, right? You take a look at everything that they got right now for their future. They don't got a defenseman that's going to be like, oh, that's a guy that's going to really, you know, help us in the future. That's going to be a kind of a shredderless for our top 4 in the future. Broberg could definitely be that guy. And looking at a lot of his numbers and even the way that he played in the playoffs, if he's able to do what he was able to do in the playoffs, I think Broberg can be an insane level player for the Edmonton Oilers. And I think as an absolute guy that we need to keep. I would love to see him back in the uniform. I think Holloway is also a guarantee. I think no matter what, Holloway needs to be a guy that comes back to the team. Now, it'll absolutely suck if we lose both of those guys because I think both of those players are a huge pivotal people moving forward here for this next season, right? We want to see these guys take a huge step up for the Edmonton Oilers, right? We wanted to see Broberg maybe take a top 6, top 4 spot, and we want to see Holloway really take that third, second line type of area for the Edmonton Oilers coming into the next season. So I hope that we do get these guys back. It's horrible what the St. Louis Blues have done, but it is in the rules. You know what I mean? I think we should see more qualified offers. I've been saying that for years. It just sucks that it is against my own team and definitely not what I exactly wanted to see. And it's just crazy what Broberg was given at a $4.5 million price. It's crazy. Crazy. We'll have to see. I'll definitely be making another video once once everything kind of happens. I'm guessing Monday will probably be the trade for Cody Cece's my guess. But, man, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? A lot of teams might be stingy with making a trade with us, and they might just tell us to go fuck ourselves, or they're really just going to kind of not give us the greatest price, which I think might happen for Cody Cece or a lot of these guys that we do end up trading. We might not get the greatest price in the world, so we'll kind of have to see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what all kind of transpires. But I do believe we're going to get Broberg and Holloway back, and I do see Cody Cece being traded from the Edmonton Oilers is what I see happening here. But thank you very much for watching. Tell me, guys, in the comment section below what you guys think will happen. What was your reaction to all the stuff that happened? And I will see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.